Busted Sports. Busting balls one sport at a time.
Busted balls one sport at a time.
Salute. Yeah.
That's how we do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
To the premiere episode of Ball Busters Sports, where we bust balls one sport at a time.
Hell yeah.
I got my man King Louie with me. Say what up, Lou.
What up, my peoples?
Yeah, I'm your boy Patty Duke. We're going to talk sports with you for the next hour or so. This is a New York hip-hop barbershop type thing we doing. It's not suitable for work or the kids. So, sit back, enjoy, put the headphones on. Hit us up, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're out there. We're digital, baby. Rep your crew. Give us some feedback, questions, respond to our shit. Tell us how stupid it is or how dope it is. We curse like truck drivers because we from the hood. That's how we do.
Absolutely.
It's in my DNA. I'm Italian, so I can't help but curse. So if you're easily offended,
sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
I was trying to be polite.
Nah, my bad. If you're easily offended, this would be the opportunity to go left.
And then fuck yourself.
And then when you go left, you could proceed to go fuck yourself. Oh, boy. What a way to start off.
Oh, man.
Nice. We from New York, so it's going to be basically, a heavy New York oriented type of thing, baseball predominantly, but we got a background in a little bit of everything, basketball, football, and if we talk about football, we'll discuss that later. This week we're gonna jump right into the cold stove.
It's just as cold as it is in Chicago right now.
Yeah, for real, which is coming our way tomorrow, because we're taping this on January 30th, and allegedly tomorrow it's gonna be 5 degrees in New York.
Yeah, baseball, what's going on with the off season? Nothing is moving.
Yeah,
nothing.
Man. It's terrible. It's terrible. They really need to have, I mean, I've been trying to think of the best way possible, but there needs to be a deadline for the free agents.
It's starting to get ridiculous.
There really does. I mean, the last 2 years, and everybody dismissed last year because they said, the Yankees and Dodgers are trying to get under, and they're going to spend big this winter.
And nothing.
Really? But I mean, I respect almost everything the Yankees did. I didn't mind not going the extra year and the extra money for Corbin because I felt that was too much. But it's still a cheap move, and the Yankees are not known for being cheap.
Exactly.
And then you go right into this Harper thing, man. This Harper situation and the Yankees, in my opinion, as a diehard Yankee fan, and Lou will tell you from not even knowing me as long as people know me how diehard I bleed Yankee blue.
Right.
I cannot understand why the Yankees are not going in on Harper. I thought it was just a ploy to keep the price down, but at this point, it's ridiculous. He's tailor-made for the Yankees and Yankee Stadium.
It's funny because it doesn't feel like the Yankees. Like Steinbrenner, I feel like is turning in his grave. Get Harper.
Absolutely.
Get Harper.
Absolutely.
Get Harper.
Can we just go right into it for a minute? Can we just jump right off?
Go for it.
It's a brand new show. Let's get the people used to what we're gonna do.
All right.
Because I can't avoid it. Now, I'm just gonna say this is not a good thing. And now it's time for Ballbuster Sports Douchcock of the Week. Yeah, douchecock of the week. Big up to my boy Chris. Low C from Boston nowadays, transplanted. Douchecock of the week is exactly how it sounds. It ain't nothing good. It ain't nothing you want to be. It ain't no situation you want to have your cock part of. I know people don't like using that word like they don't like using the female C word, but I'm just saying douchecock, it's just applicable, and I got to put the Yankees on there.
Oh, man.
They're going to be my the first show, and hopefully this is the last time I have to put the Yankees on there because it breaks my heart.
But it's fair.
It breaks my heart because Steinbrenner is rolling in his grave because of his cheap fucking son, worried about bringing in scientists to approve the green footprint we're leaving behind and everything else, which is important, and I'm not knocking that. But fam, you would have none of that if it wasn't for the team on the fucking field. What's wrong with you? You're gonna get cheap now when this kid who's 26 years old comes along. You can't get creative. Look, I'm working for a living. I don't get paid by you guys to do these things, and I can come up with a deal that. 2 different deals that if he didn't say yes to them, he's an idiot. And I can't understand why you wouldn't come up with either one of these deals and offer it to him and then figure out your outfield situation then. You kidding me? You telling me you wouldn't trade Hicks on the high now and anybody else to put Harper into that outfield? Are you kidding me?
It's just ridiculous. It's like you look, I understand as the Yankees or any team, You can't just go out and pay. But let me tell you something about this investment. It's not even just paying for somebody like how the Yankees used to go, where I'm going to pass on Vlad for 4 years older, like Gary Sheffield or something like that.
Don't even talk to me about that, because I always wanted Vlad. And Sheffield was a good Yankee. He put up numbers.
I like Gary Sheffield, but Vlad was the better pick in that moment.
Absolutely. So we're in agreement on that.
But this is 2, not 1. 2, and in this state of baseball, it's very rare that 2 24-year-olds, 26-year-olds, I'm sorry, in their prime, are free agents.
Game-changing players.
One's
got multiple MVPs.
Yeah.
He's been in the spotlight since he was 16 years old, Harper. You know he can adapt. He shaved his beard just to let you know he would.
He's a lefty.
He said that he'd play first base for us even. I mean, come on. Dude, are you kidding me? He's a lefty. There's a billion and one reasons how many tickets he would sell. Forget about it. And right now the Red Sox are vulnerable because maybe they're placated. Maybe they're content that they won the World Series and they had the best record for their franchise that they ever had during the regular season.
Well, they're shedding pay.
They got no closer right now.
No.
If you put Harper in our lineup, that's fucking scary. 1 through 9, scary. Without him in the lineup, that lineup's not too scary.
Well, remember,
it's a lot of question marks, and it leans very right.
You're without Didi. You're out Didi Gregorius because of Tommy John surgery.
You got nothing but righties in the lineup.
All righties.
Except for Hicks and Gardner.
Exactly. Which is not enough.
And you're probably not going to play the both of them at the same time.
No. Especially Gardner at this point. Especially early in the season, too. So what, you're going to hope Tulowitzki comes through? Tulowitzki, last couple of years, just hasn't been doing anything. It's just, you're the Yankees, goddammit. You are the Yankees.
It's disgraceful. I get every other move they did, and I co-sign. I love Cashman, and I'm not blaming him because I know this comes from higher than him. Unless he's really telling them we don't need this guy. Machado, I get we don't need Machado. I really, really get that. As much as I would like to see him PlayStation-wise on my team, we don't need him as much as I feel we need Harper.
I think Harper would work a much better Yankee Stadium. Not that let's not get it messed up. Machado will work beautifully in Yankee Stadium, but Harper, I think, it just works perfectly. It's perfect. Things couldn't be more perfect for Harper.
You telling me you offer him 5 years, $200 million right now? He's not saying yes to that? To be a Yankee, I got even better deals. I got a 5-year deal that's $185 million, which is like $35 the first year, $36 the second year. It keeps going up to $39, and then a 5-year option that both the player and the team would need to agree on for the next 5 years to kick in for $200 million. So he'd get a 10-year, $385 million contract at the end of the day,
right.
And that's just me slightly thinking about it.
Right?
You telling me there's no geniuses back there that could come up with a better idea than that? Come on, Yankees. You're better than that.
So Scott Boras right now, and for those who've been following baseball or even not, Scott Boras right now has been going on this trend of just these weird contracts where there's basically like 4 or 5 year contracts that can be extended to like 9 or 10 year contracts.
Right, like Martinez with the Red Sox.
Right. So why can't we do that with the Yankees? Very high annual value. And a shorter contract with options for like 6, 7, 8. So let's say even if it's okay, they're 26 years old, 4 or 5 year contract puts you at 31, still in your prime.
That's right.
You have a player out at that point.
That's right.
Where you can get out in your prime and still make another $300 million.
Although nowadays they consider you to be old at 36, so they'd probably only get a 5-year at that when they were turning 31, 32. You know what I mean?
But if they keep performing the way they're supposed to perform, with the way it's projected, they will get that money. Look.
You would think, but then you get players like Cruz and Trumbo was putting up numbers. There's players that put up numbers.
This could be a double douchecock because you know who really ruined it?
Who's that?
The Yankees. When they signed A-Rod to a terrible contract in his age 38 season.
I don't know that it was age 38. It was
like 37, 36, but it was bad.
Yeah, it was
like a
bad.
6-year contract, 5-year contract at 36 years old. You just can't do that. And then what happened? His hips failed him and steroids.
Well, they learned their lesson with Cano, and that's why they didn't give him 10 because they knew the last 3 would be suspect, and it's held up. It's kind of true.
Right.
I mean, and especially in Cano's case, he was like 32 when he signed a 10-year deal.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong now, and me and you both agree on this. Our bullpen is beast. Okay?
Enough to cover any starting pitching deficiencies that we might have.
100%. But probably, if not the best bullpen in the MLB, it's second best. It's just...
It might be the best one we've ever had.
Oh, absolutely. Look, the move at second base is pretty good. DJ, how you say his last name? LeMahieu. I can't ever get it right.
And the too low risk is good.
The low risk Tulu is very good. Resigning CC, that's good. The trade of Gray is good.
Right, they flipped it for some fast outfield kid. That's all right.
That's fine because the pick and the money that comes with the pick is going to really matter. So they made good moves this year. But damn, what if we got Harper?
Let me pose this nightmare scenario to you. What if fucking the Astros got Harper?
Oh, no, I don't want that. No.
What if they got Harper? No. What if they're the mystery team?
No.
If the Yankees, I swear if the Yankees let the Astros get Harper, we're going to pay for the length of that contract. Because all they need to do then is plug and play their pitching. Because that lineup is ridiculous to begin with. It's a tough lineup to get through, top to bottom, when they're all right. You throw him in there? Oh my goodness.
That's tough. With the pitching staff that they have, it's just tough.
Oh my goodness.
Although Keiko had to resign, but still, it's
or you
tough.
Move somebody around to get Machado over there. I wouldn't even be as mad if they got Machado. It wouldn't hurt me as much as if they got Harper. If the Astros got Harper... Because I think the Astros right now are a bigger threat to us than the Red Sox. I really think they're somewhat content because they won and they got that 108-win season and all of that. Right. So this one is like, whatever. They're playing the game with Kimbrel, trying to squeeze the market out. Now he's going to say, you know what, I'll come back on a 1-year contract if you give me $15, $16 million for the 1 year. It's going to be probably less than the qualifying offer. Just to prove a point to them that, we're not going to give out big money on a closer. We said we weren't.
Right.
And now you hear that the Dodgers, Padres, Reds, the Real Muto trade talks are heating back up again.
Right. Yeah, but they want too much.
It's all side action. It's
but
all
they want
side
too
piece.
much. So it's not going to happen. It's just all talk right now.
And it's all side piece until Harper and Machado get done.
Well, you ain't see. Harper's going to the Phillies.
Yeah, I know. I saw the bat company, the bat company that makes his bats. I think they're getting in on the trolling as well. Everybody's doing trolling because MLB The Show is coming out at March 29th.
Right.
And they had an announcement coming on Tuesday, allegedly, and it was going to be a big deal. And they were like, watch his account and watch this and watch that. And it was supposed to be because he's going to be on the cover, and they were going to have him in whatever uniform he was going to be in. I don't know what happened, but I didn't hear nothing else.
Well, did you ever see that? This is my douchecock. It's just going to be the internet. So all day, Bryce Harper was a trending topic, and the Phillies were a trending topic. Why? Because
the trolls were out.
Somebody made a fake ESPN post that it looks like they were preparing for the screen for SportsCenter.
Breaking news.
Says, breaking news, Bryce Harper to Phillies. That went online. He pretended that he was from ESPN, the guy, and it went viral. People were like, oh my God, Phillies signed Bryce Harper. ESPN's about to announce it. Wrong. Never worked for ESPN in his life. Created it on Photoshop. Looked damn good, though. But, congratulations, internet. Fail. Bryce Harper's still a free agent.
Jagaloons! You're failures! Failures!
Shout out to Step Brothers.
So, just to let you guys know how bad the Cold Stone has been, the Cold Stove.
There we go.
Cold Stone is an ice cream. Let me read you some of the free agents. Still. We're about 3 weeks to spring training now. Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Dallas Keuchel, Craig Kimbrell, Grandal. I don't think Grandal signed yet.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah. He signed a 1-year deal with the Brewers.
He did. He did.
What list are you reading from? Fucking January's?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, it hasn't updated, man. What do you want me to do?
There's this new thing. It's called the fucking internet.
Yeah, the internet hasn't updated itself.
Updated enough to see the Bryce Harper trolling.
It's all that.
Oh man! And by the way, we should mention that the douchcock of the week was not sponsored by anybody. It could have been sponsored by Massengill if they wanted to, or any other product.
It could be you.
Yeah, holla at your boys. Ballbuster Sports.
Hey, well done. Well done.
Yeah, gotta squeeze that in there. Oh, we cannot move on to any other sports talk without. Well, first off, let's R.I.P. to Mel Stoudemire
100%.
and Rick Down.
Yes.
We got a pitching coach and a batting coach, a hitting coach up there. Hopefully helping the team out when we need a little extra help. They were both great men from every story that you heard, so hopefully...
Yeah, to me, and I think Mel Stoudemire, memories of you with Stoudemire might be a little different than my memories of Stoudemire. I just know Mel Stoudemire, from the Dynasty Yankees, and I remember him being the pitching coach and just going there and trying to calm the pitcher real quick with his slow-ass walk.
I tried to forget about his Met days because I didn't want to hold that against him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
yeah.
he was there for the championship Mets, so the only part that was worth being there for.
Absolutely.
And he was a pitcher for us.
And he was
but
a Yankee.
I'm not old enough to have seen him pitch.
Right. But
I know of his history of being a Yankee pitcher and him being at a time when they were struggling for wins and him being the only one to get them and, throwing like 30 complete games in a year and stuff like that.
Then injuries got him, right? And injuries got him and cut his career short.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Yeah. All right. So R.I.P. And we have to congratulate the first. Wait, we got to break out applause for this one. The first and only unanimously voted in Hall of Famer, Mariano Rivera. Who I have to say, I was blessed to see damn near every one of those saves that he put up. Ooh. And enjoyed every one of them. And the only time in my life being a Yankee fan when anybody ever entered the game, and I could say confidently it's over, was when Mo would come in the game.
Yep, except in 2004 when that just didn't work out for us.
97.
90s? Oh, yeah, that was, who was that, Roberto Alomar?
Sandy Alomar.
Yeah,
that had to happen, though. That had to happen for the growth.
That made him better.
Exactly.
Like in 98, he was unstoppable.
Just like 95, right. And that was the best team ever because they had a chip on their shoulder from that. They had a battery in their back. They stomped on everybody's neck.
You know what? I read about that 98 season, which I thought was very interesting, is what would have happened if Bernie Williams, because remember, Bernie Williams was a free agent that year after the 97 season, and he was threatening to go to the Red Sox.
They wanted him.
What if Bernie Williams had gone to the Red Sox and the Yankees had signed Albert Bell? So according, this was on River Ave Blues, I was reading that, so they did kind of a simulation with that, and in that scenario, the Yankees won 101 games in 98. No, the Yankees won 102 in 98. The Red Sox had won 101. We had beat them to go, we had won the division, and went to the World Series that year, and actually won the World Series that year. But Bernie Williams had the better year over Albert Bell with the Red Sox than Albert Bell did with the Yankees. And
then 114 wins is a lot better than 101.
A million times better. And that article's funny, though, because he said in the simulation something weird happened that in the middle of the contract, the Red Sox ended up trading Bernie Williams to the Colorado Rockies, and the Colorado Rockies ended up being winning like 3 more World Series.
Oh,
something weird. An alternate universe somewhere.
Yeah, those Rocky teams was something serious. If it had Helton and Walker on it,
Galarraga, Larry Walker,
and Gonzalez, and all of that, and that would have been lethal.
Man.
But they just never learned how to pitch in that ballpark. They tried. They tried to buy Hampton.
Oh yeah, Mike Hampton.
Oof, did that blow up terribly. Terribly. We do a lot of baseball talk because that's what we love mainly. The under and over and the odds came out and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And we've been looking over them. In the American League, they kind of got the Astros as the team winning the most games. Now, this is all preliminary because Harper and Machado haven't signed, so these odds will change.
These odds are going to change a lot because Machado and Harper are such great players that jerseys is going to change
both ways.
The odds completely, yeah.
Not only the team that they go to, but then every other team in that division
absolutely
has to have lower numbers.
Yeah.
Because they're playing against a better team. So I don't know. I mean, the Yankees started out on Caesars at 96.5, and last check they were at 97, and on Bet Online they're at 95.5.
Yeah.
I would bet the over. I think they're a 100-win team.
Yeah. I would bet the over on the Yankees as well.
I think they're a better team than last year, and last year's won 100.
Yep.
So I got no problem with that. And I also think the Mets. I think it's a low number for the Mets.
The Mets are still making good moves. I'm okay with the Mets being over.
They got them at 84.5, so I will bet the over on the Mets as well. I think that's a decent bet.
How much you think? 88, 90?
Yeah, 88. I'm comfortable saying that. I don't know more than 88. They would need some things. They could be as high as 95. They really could.
Well, a lot of things will have to go together for them to get to 95.
Man.
Still the Mets.
Yeah.
Still the Mets.
Right. Still in their DNA. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
Let's not forget going to the last game of the season, how many seasons in a row, and then losing. Yeah. My entire team sucks. Not that we're biased. We're not those type of Yankee fans. At least I'm not. I'm really not.
No.
I don't
You know
hate
what?
the Mets until a Met fan comes at me the wrong way, and then I gotta just spew on them and give them what they deserve. I'm a New Yorker, so I would rather see the Mets do well because it does good for the economy and it does good for spirits around here. At least all them douchebag Met fans, they have a reason to be happy for a little while.
And I just think it's more fun. It's more fun when the Yankees and the Mets are good.
Yeah, it's like having the Knicks being good as well. We'll talk about that. Yeah, you're too young to remember. You're too young to remember any of that.
The Knicks being good.
Yeah, you're way too young to remember that. So kind of sort of was looking at this thing and tried to break it down, and they got the Yankees winning the East by a game over the Red Sox. They got the Indians winning the Central, the Astros winning big in the West. And in the National League, they got the Nats, they got the Cubs, they got the Dodgers, and the two wild card teams would be the Cards and the Braves.
Right.
In the American League, it will be the Red Sox and the Rays, according to Caesar's initial report.
I mean, the Red Sox are the Red Sox. They're going to be good, but I think they're definitely going to have a step down from last year.
Yeah. What's their number? The Red Sox, they got a 95.5, which is a big step down from 108.
Sure, well, anything would be a step down for 108. I mean, 108's a hell of a fucking year.
Well, if they don't solve their closer problem, and I really think that Kimbrel's just going to re-sign with them for a year.
Yeah, me too.
Unless the Phillies come in and give him 2 or 3 years.
I just don't think the bullpen's great. That bullpen's going to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah, for sure. Unless they try to talk Eovaldi into being their closer, because the Phillies wanted to do that and he wanted to start, so that's why he went to the Red Sox.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Yeah, his elbow's about to go out.
Yeah, so let's limit the amount of innings he throws before he blows it out, because they damn near blew it out.
Again, that would be the third time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I thought he was going to get hurt. He was pitching so much in the postseason.
No, but he did well. Good for him, man.
He did. He really did. I was kind of like, yeah, you see what happens when he doesn't pitch for the Yankees.
That always happens.
Of course it does.
Like Gray's about to have like a Cy Young season with Cincinnati.
You could bank on that. If there was under and over 10 wins or 12 wins or something like that, he's over.
He's going to get like 18.
Way the fuck over.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's going to challenge. His ERA is going to be below 2. His fucking whip will be ridiculous.
Right.
Oh,
just didn't work in Yankee Stadium. It happens.
Yeah. He wasn't built for it.
Nah.
He wasn't built for it. And I think we covered all the baseball talk. Besides really working out, I'm serious about a deadline with the free agency, man. They got to come up with something in the collective bargaining agreement that works for both sides.
They definitely got to come up with something.
I kind of had something written out where, like you do it in phases where from the World Series until December 31st. There's absolutely no limits to years, dollars. There's never any limit on dollars. So let's get that straight right off the bat. My suggestion is only limiting the amount of years you can sign for if you keep delaying.
But that ultimately limits dollars.
Not really. Not really. Because if I liked you as a player that much and I wanted to give you the money, then I could find a way to still give it to you. Like with this Machado. Let's look at Harper and Machado, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that as the prime example in this case. The only thing that this thing doesn't solve is owners colluding, and I don't know that you could ever stop that. But that's the bedbug in this whole situation that I worked out. Okay, keep in mind, Harper and Machado, we'll use them as perfect case examples.
Okay.
Until December 31st, they could sign 10, 12, 15-year deals for any amount of money. They don't sign by New Year's Eve. From January 1st to January 15th, it could only be a 5-year deal.
Yeah, see...
What?
I just don't think the Players Association is ever going to go for anything like this.
But you had a month and a half.
Yeah, but you're still limiting the player. You're limiting the player's opportunity to
I'm removing
to
the
get
agent.
most money.
I'm removing the agent from being a D-bag and holding out for bigger contracts. So
Well,
that solves one of the problems.
Well, there you go. That's already not going to work out so well.
You know, not taking them out completely, but doing the holdout game. I'm taking
Yeah,
that
the leverage.
away.
You're taking away their leverage,
Look,
though.
who's giving out 10-year contracts anyway? Nobody.
Somebody will eventually again.
A 5-year contract, if and I came up with 2 examples of 5-year contracts that I would offer Machado or Harper.
Okay.
And it would still be okay. Not now, because we're past January 15th.
Oh,
So that would kick in another one, January 16th until Valentine's Day, because that's when they start spring training, really.
Right.
You bump it down to a 3-year max contract.
nah.
So then I would have to remix it and try to get them 300. That's what I would do.
That's lowballing you. I would never
How?
take... If I'm a player, I'd be like, screw you.
But you're getting 35 a year.
Yeah, but still, I could... Well, yeah, 35 years is a lot.
Come on, fam. I ain't fucking with your money. I'm just fucking with your indecision. So you can't make a decision. Now you got a 3-year contract instead.
But if you're
in
a
3
team-
years, you go and do it again.
But how many teams can do a 3-year, $100 million contract?
Somebody who wants to play you.
It can't like
Any
them that, but
team
they might
could.
not be able to. Nah, I don't know if they can
Any
fit them in
team
the payroll.
could. They just don't want to.
Well, that's another problem.
They just don't want to. There's only 2. Well, you could defer the money with these creative contracts that they come up with, so it all ain't a salary cap hit.
Yeah, they could all be Bobby Bonilla, but still, it's
You could do something. You could do
I
something.
just don't think something like this. Yes, I agree. Something has to get done. I just don't agree something like that will ever be the solution because the Players Association would never agree to it. Because in a way, you are limiting the amount. I get it, 3-year, $35 million a year. I get it in that sense, but in the long haul, if he gets injured, something like that, you just it just ends up limiting the amount of money a player can get. Free agency is free agency for a reason. It's just free agency. So.
But a lot of good it does
who is it really hurting? Us? Or is it really hurting the teams? Or is it hurting us? Because we just want news. We're waiting for something and nothing is happening. Now,
the way it is now, it's hurting everybody involved.
now I think the real
Least of all us as fans. I'm putting us last on the list. I'm thinking about the player and his family and all of that shit. Because I got kids, so I'm imagining what it must be like to not know where you're going to be living or even going to spring training. Like, that's a fucked up scenario to be in, that uncertainty. Something's got to give. So you got good players taking 1-year contracts, so at least they know where they're going.
Yeah.
And that's not right either.
Right. But if there's anything you have to worry, it's the collusion. Because it's clear collusion with the baseball.
I agree, 1,000%.
The baseball owners are colluding because
saw
they're
that
like,
with Bonds.
we're going to keep holding out till they get desperate because they need a team.
Right. Not that they didn't have reason.
And then what's going to happen?
We saw it with
Maybe you'll
Bonds.
sign him to a 1-year contract. Oh, but he's not going to do too well because he didn't have a full offseason because he's been trying to figure out where he's going to play all year.
That's why you got to have deadlines in place. You got to. You can't let this go on forever. And then what? You start picking up players in June who've been working out on their own, like Holiday did last year. Like, come on. That's not good for the game. That's not good for anybody. Major League Baseball, if the deadline came and went, Major League Baseball would need to, or they would have to have a spring training for all the free agents. Then they would need to step in and schedule games for the free agent pool to play against the Yankees and this team and that team, just so that they would have a spring training, these free agents.
Right.
And then, they go into a pool. All right, like the 1 year exception, the veteran exception that they got in basketball or whatever. Here's a $5 million contract for 1 year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that it's fair for everybody involved.
Right.
That it's not such a low number like we got with Tulo for the $550 because Toronto's paying him. That's a ludicrous number.
Right, that's just nuts, yeah.
It should be like a Neil Walker. All right, here's a $5 million minimum.
Exactly.
You see what he did? He went inside with the Marlins just to not be in any uncertainty. Who wants to play for the Marlins right now? No offense, G.
He's going to be a first baseman, too. He's not even going to be a second baseman.
No offense, G. Wait, I got to...
What's up? This is Derek Jeter, and on the set we got my man Patty Duke, a true Yankee fan. So make sure you check him out.
See what I'm saying? G, you got a special place in the heart. I'm not trying to shit on the Marlins. I'm just saying. He took it because he wanted to be certain to where he was going, where he was going to be. 1 year contract. All right, get the wife out my neck. Where we going to live this? Where we going for spring training? Where we... All right, we know. There's got to do something. And it's going to be a work stoppage, unfortunately, because they're going to argue about this.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there's going to be... This is going to get messy.
They got to
because of the clear collusion of the owners. They don't want to pay.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay.
That's why there's got to be a low as well.
It's going to be a fight.
There's got to be a
there's
salary
There's got to be
that you
there's
got
to be
to
a floor.
spend a minimum.
There's got to be a floor.
There's got to
Because look at how many teams are going to lose this year. It's going to be a lot.
And it's not fair. And then that's what Steinbrenner was pissed about. He had no problem paying the luxury tax, but he was like, make them put it back on the field, not in their pocket.
Right.
But they were all fucking... And that's when the Royals were... That's when they were really, really bad with it. And he was pissed at the Royals and the Pirates especially back then. But all right, I think we talked enough about baseball. Let's move on to the NBA and celebrate.
How about them Brooklyn Nets, though?
Nah. I said celebrate.
Yeah, we're celebrating the Brooklyn Nets.
Nah, it's Bizarro World, bro.
No. We're winning the chip.
I don't want to celebrate mediocrity.
The Nets are going to the chip.
I don't want to celebrate mediocrity.
I
want to celebrate being the best or the worst at something. And we can celebrate the Knicks being the worst.
Oh, yeah, they're the worst.
So let's celebrate the Knicks being the worst.
But the Brooklyn Nets are going to the chip.
Yeah, okay. Puff, puff, give. Pass that, fam. Pass that.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. That's why I said it's Bizarro World. So let's celebrate the Knicks having the first pick before they traded away for Anthony Davis with KP, and then they have absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Like typical Knicks, and they'll be the douchc of the fucking week forever.
They're currently the worst team in the NBA.
Yay! And that's what we want. Because with the new rules, you understand what it is.
Right.
It's not just the three worst teams have the same percentage. If you're the worst team, the worst pick you can get is 5.
Yeah.
5. And right now it's looking like a 5-player draft.
You hope.
It really is. Anything beyond that is suspect.
It's the Knicks. It's okay. You're going to trade your first-round pick for Anthony Davis. It's okay.
More than likely, we'll end up with the 6th pick, or we'll have the first pick and trade it away.
Right.
We'll trade Zion, in effect, for Anthony Davis, basically.
Yo, that would be a Knicks-ass move.
Yeah, and pay for it the next 15 years, because there'll be nobody to put around Anthony Davis, and he'll leave in the year and a half. He won't sign the extension. He'll wait to see, what we can attract. Oh, boy. It's a dream. It's fine. If there's any way the Knicks could get him without giving up KP or the number 1 pick,
yep,
all for it. If they'll take everything else, second-round picks, whatever, if they'll take the whole rest of the team, they could have the whole rest of the team. Leave me KP, Knox, and the number 1 pick.
Right.
Anything else is yours. Pick. Take it.
There's nothing else. Everything else is garbage.
Yeah. Shh. I'm trying to sell something here, man.
To who? Nobody wants it.
Come on. You get the expiring Cantona contract. You could
Tim Hardaway?
You could spin Lee off maybe into something.
Hardaway
Lee.
maybe you can get something for. Courtney Lee, you're not going to get much.
But they could remix it and spin off the parts and get more than what we'll get for it.
Yeah.
Come on. I'd like to dream of
I know.
Being able, because you know, you hear reports saying and the reason why he did what he did, the timing of it and all of that, is to shut the Celtics out and to give the Lakers the easier opportunity to get them. And then you hear Philly and you hear New York because of the big markets.
Let me tell you, this Anthony Davis, it's the NBA has to do something about it. It's clear collusion.
It's clear if he ends up with the Lakers, absolutely.
They want to go to let me force a trade right before the deadline, saying
right. That's why the Pelicans are going to say "fuck you" just to say "fuck you."
Exactly. If I'm the Pelicans, that's what I would do.
Right. Regardless, even if he ends up with the Lakers, not now.
Not now. Not on our
hear
cost.
what every team has to offer.
Yep.
Let me see if the Knicks get the number 1 pick or if they get the number 5.
Exactly.
Maybe they pick Bull and they'll take Bull for fucking Anthony Davis.
Right.
With Knox and everybody else.
Right. It's just. They're trying to force the Pelicans' hand, and the Pelicans are like,
fuck you. We'll do it when we want. We knew this day was coming.
And if you're the Lakers, why would you make that move anyway? You have this young talent. You know he wants to go to L.A. So why trade for him now?
Because with LeBron on the bench being hurt, they slipped from, I don't know what it was, maybe a 6th position to the 9th.
You knew this year was going to be a fucking wash anyway.
Yeah, but they were doing better than what they anticipated. They were kind of going to be a 7-8 seed.
So what?
But that would have taught these kids something at least. But to not make the playoffs for that team.
You put together a team with Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson.
It's a ultimate fail, epic fail, if they don't make the playoffs at all, even. Unless they had such a low pick.
It's the West. It's very possible they don't go to the playoffs.
Well, they're sitting 9th right now, so they're not too far out.
No, but the longer LeBron sits out,
yes,
the harder it's going to be. Sacramento's
right behind them, only a half game behind them.
But I just think what they did is just look, Anthony Davis's play, it's not classy. I mean, not classy. Who fuck class? But it's just like
it's see-through.
It's
whack.
Very
see-through.
It's whack.
It's not calculated in any way, shape, or form. If he
I want to get traded to the Lakers.
It's
just trade me now.
Strong-arming at the least. Right. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's creating another super team.
And what do you tell your players?
I get it.
Your teammates.
You cock-block the Warriors maybe, or you make it more interesting, but if that's the case, then orchestrate a trade to the Knicks and make sure we end up with the number 1 pick.
No. Go to the Brooklyn Nets.
No.
The Nets are a winner. We're a proven winner. We don't even have that much on the team. We're a proven winner.
The
Brooklyn Nets are going to be the team of New York for the next 10 years.
I'm not that I'm going to hate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to hate on the Brooklyn Nets because I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I like the movement. I like what they're doing. One more win, I think, and they've already equaled the total of last year.
Absolutely.
So it's good, but moral victories only go so far, and that's what you're looking for this year.
We're going to the chip.
Not only to be a 5. No, come on.
We're going to beat Toronto.
Stop, jackass. You want to be a 500 team, and you want to make the playoffs. That would be 2 nice little things.
No, absolutely. It's growth. We need that growth.
And you learn from being in the playoffs, and then next year you try to take that next step, attract some free agents.
Try to get a free agent.
And elevate to, all right, we know we're going to make the playoffs, and now let's see if we can make some noise in the playoffs. Like the Knicks are so far away from that, I could, I can see 3 years from now being in the Nets position, maybe. But hopefully faster than that. This pick has to go a long way. It has to turn into Zion.
Well, you better hope. But
knowing
the Knicks will just pick like somebody from overseas.
Yeah, a stash pick as the number 1. Oh, we'll stash this one.
But I'll give it to the Knicks on this. They've made 2 years in a row. They made 2 pretty good picks. So, hey, I like Kevin Knox.
I'm not mad at Knox.
I like Kevin Knox.
Ntilikina you talking about? As the other pick?
No.
The year before, you said the last 2 picks.
Yeah, Porzingis. Was that the year before that?
That was the year before that.
Yeah. I like but Porzingis was a hell of a pick. Yeah. And nobody was really looking at Porzingis.
Yeah, that you give Phil Jackson credit for.
Right.
For that one. That's the one thing that he did. And we could end up ultimately losing him.
But, well, let's see what happens. The Knicks are expected to be aggressive in their efforts to get Anthony Davis. So
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, KP comes back.
If they trade the first-round pick, they're just idiots.
Oh, at this point, I'd rather see them trade KP than the first-round pick.
Yeah, they're just idiots if they trade the first-round pick.
Yeah, but he's got to prove he could play before they could trade him. That's why I want to see him play like the last 5 games of the year just to show he could play.
Yeah.
To attract free agents, because then and it'll also give him confidence over the summer that, you know, I can play at this level again and not get hurt again. Yeah. So hopefully that's what happens, and the Knicks end up with the number 1 pick, and nothing happens with Anthony Davis until after we select who we want, and then we can see. Because you can't tell now. Because even if Barrett is the other guy, the point guard from Duke, so if we didn't get Zion and we got Barrett, because that kid's a baller too.
That wouldn't be a bad pick.
So then, you know, that changes what you need. Then maybe we sign Boogie in the offseason. And now they talking, you hear this? I would have put him as a douchecock of the week, I think. Kyrie says now it's looking like there's stories out there that he'd go back and play with LeBron. So, I mean, this guy, either he loves hearing his voice or he really doesn't know what he wants to do, and he should just say, I don't know what I want to do. Ask me when it comes time. Because when the season starts, he says, I'm going to re-sign with Boston. After he said he was thinking about when he became a free agent coming to the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't understand what Kyrie's trying to do.
Now he apologizes to LeBron, and you're hearing stories that
he wants to go to L.A.
He wants to go to L.A. That'd be some squad if he went and Anthony Davis.
Well, hell yeah, but then if you're Cleveland, you're like, what the fuck was this? I just killed my whole team, my whole future.
Of both of y'all.
And y'all coming back together?
Really? That's all it took? Y'all had to hug it out? What? Come on.
No, it took Kyrie having to be a lead, forced to be a leader. Then he's like, oh shit,
yeah,
this is harder than I thought. These young motherfuckers won't do what I want.
They won't listen to me. I ain't got his fucking weight behind me to get this going.
Yeah, it's just NBA free agency's a mess, man. Yeah. It's all stars just coming together. For the past like 15 years, man.
It's PlayStation.
Yeah, it's been PlayStation. I wouldn't even make these trades in PlayStation because I'm like, this is too unrealistic.
Yeah, no,
and some of this is still happening.
That's the fun of the game. That's why I'm waiting for the show to come out, because I love creating the perfect Yankee team. And truth be told, the first move usually is grabbing Trout for center field, and then I would have to I take the limits off and do all of that stuff. It's so much fun. And then I simulate the whole season, and then I'll play the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I really only play the playoffs. But it's so much fun. I create oh my God, traveling all-stars, every single position.
Yeah.
But the Yankees, you don't really need to tweak much. Certain things, like I don't like to take from the Astros or the Red Sox or the main competitors. I don't alter their teams so that stays the same. But the Angels, they're not going to make the playoffs anyway, so I take Trout from them. And I give them what I want.
Well, you know what I have done? Especially in 2K, I've done this a couple times where I would take the players, I would take the legends from the, put them in the free agent squad, and like, okay, what if Michael Jordan was still on the Bulls and Scottie Pippen was still on the Bulls, and
that's a different wrinkle
Jason
to
Kidd
it.
Went back to the
Then
Knicks.
it becomes GOAT.
It's just cool, yeah.
Then it becomes GOAT level, because especially when you talk with the Yankees, you get way too complicated, because you're gonna
take too much.
Babe Ruth, and then you're gonna come down to, all right, do I take DiMaggio or Mantle?
You don't have enough room.
Yeah. Even if you took one as a DH, you're not going to solve all your problems.
Right.
First base, you're going to take Lou Gehrig, right? You're not going to take Chris Chambliss, but meanwhile, Chris Chambliss was a good ball player. Don Mattingly, you're not going to take Don Mattingly.
I'm taking Eric Duncan.
Second base, you want to take Randolph, but when you look back in the history of the New York Yankees, there's plenty more better second basemen than
Luis
Willie.
Polonia, come on.
No, that's outfield.
I think he played infield, no?
No, he played the outfield. Oh. I remember he used to wear my number, 28. Not that I appreciate that fact. I just remember.
Jumping into football real quick. I just saw something that was very interesting.
Hold up. Sorry. Talking about football. And anytime we talk about football, until this man has a job, we're going to say that Colin Kaepernick
has to have a job.
Thank you.
He needs his place in the NFL, especially right now with the Super Bowl coming and Travis Scott performing. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah, we're not going to get into any of that stuff. We're just going to say that Colin Kaepernick should be playing.
He needs to be in the NFL, especially with the quality of quarterbacks that we have seen signed this year. Some who haven't played in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yes.
But So going into it's a Super Bowl week, of course, and now Roger Goodell went on a press conference. But before that, New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton went to the podium to speak. So if you guys watched last week, he basically got robbed because it was the pass interference. One of the players got tackled before he caught the ball.
Everybody's seen
pass interference was called.
If they're listening to us, they're into sports that much. They've seen this fucking play.
So it was a complete robbery.
Robbery. Worst ever.
Like, I understand that the refs don't want to make a call.
They fine dude for the helmet to helmet.
Yeah. You fine him because you know you messed up.
No flags on the play.
But there's no flags.
Shows you that that's one or two flags that could have been called.
Yeah. 2 flags that could have been called. And then they found out that all the referees that were on hand, they were all from L.A.
Nice.
So today, Sean Payton, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, is talking. He has his nice button-up on, right? Below the button-up, there's like a turquoise shirt. You'll see it. I'm going to put it on the Ball Buster Sports Instagram. It turns out that the turquoise shirt that's under him, it's a shirt of the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, with a clown nose on it.
Oh, that's great.
He's showing just enough. He's not showing the shirt, but he's showing just enough that if you know...
see the silhouette of it?
No, but it's like if you know what the shirt is,
you know what it is.
So he showed just enough for that.
Great. Good for him. That's disgraceful. You rob a city of that and a fan base of that moment because of a blown call like that. So flagrant. That's bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I don't know if you saw this about on Yahoo Sports, this kid Jason Owens, I call everybody a kid, so don't, whatever. He wrote a story about Madden NFL 19 simulated the Super Bowl.
All right.
Now, a little background for you. Since 2004, the simulation has gotten it right 10 out of 15 times. In 2015, they predicted it exactly with New England beating Seattle 28-24. In 2018, they predicted the Pats would come from behind to beat the Falcons. So this game, they're predicting the halftime score will be 17-3 Patriots.
Wow.
The halftime score.
Wow.
Because of, what's his name? Belichick's game plan of shutting out Gurley because that's his MO. Takes away your biggest weapon. But... on the bright side, for anybody and everybody who hates the fucking Patriots, us included, the final score will be Rams 30, New England 27. And the MVP will be Donald with 4 sacks. Robert Woods, for the receiver for the Rams, will have 8 receptions for 104 yards. Goff will throw for 303, Brady for 287. And Gurley will have the game-winning touchdown, 5-yard run.
Interesting.
After being limited most of the game. Anderson will have the better running game. Something like 65 yards. But they predict that the Rams will win 30-27.
So they're saying it's going to be a comeback from the Rams.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
And the second half dominated. 4 sacks by Donald. They said because they're going to take the old Giants blueprint of punching Brady in the face, putting pressure on him.
Right.
And that'll work in the second half. Sounds like a plan. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that score. I ain't mad at that. Anything that stops the Patriots from winning another one because they're threatening my team's record. My team being the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a little odd with my football choice. I don't root against the Giants or the Jets.
Well,
unless they're playing the Steelers. And if the Giants are playing the Jets, I root for the Giants because the Giants have history with the Yankees.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, right?
Why?
Because next year...
oh, don't give me this Cowboy shit.
The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. And you know what? Even better, if you want to go into this Super Bowl, do you really want to go into this Super Bowl? Because the greatest, I'm talking about the greatest color commentator of all time.
You might be right about that.
Is in the booth.
You might be right. I mean, it's because he's so fresh from the game.
And it's Tony Romo.
And the game hasn't changed as much that he could see what they're doing.
He's the greatest quarterback in Cowboys history.
Did you see the coach for the Rams, the old man, Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
They asked his game plan. He said just have Tony Romo
Yeah.
call in the plays.
Oh, yeah.
In the
And he was
headset.
actually pretty accurate with some of the plays that he was calling.
Oh no, he was very accurate.
It's so interesting.
Very accurate.
He's so
but I
good.
mean, if you watch the Patriots enough, you know what they're gonna do when they're in trouble because that's
Right.
what they do when they're in trouble.
But it's
The
just
question is, can you take that or can you stop Gronk from making that great
He's just
catch
he's too
either
huge.
up the sideline or up the middle? As a Steelers fan, I watched it.
There's
They
no
shred us
strategy.
up the middle.
Yeah, there's no strategies. It's okay, big guy, throw it up.
There you go.
He catches
Stop
it.
him. Stop him if you can. And most teams can't, which is why I think it'll be a little bit of a shame if he does retire at 29.
Right.
It'll kind of be a little Barry Sanders-ish, but nowhere equivalent because Barry Sanders, I had no ill feelings towards. Not that I have ill feelings towards Gronk. It's just the team he plays for. Yeah. And his D-bag just is so much more magnified. Where I would take it as playful and young and having fun, it's more D-bag-ish because it's coming from a Patriot.
Yeah.
You have mentioned you like this, what was it, the flash forward? What we would like to see happen in the next week?
I definitely would like. So before we end the show, I think we should think like about the headlines. Like, what do you think are the headlines that you are going to see within the next week?
I would love to see one saying that the Yankees made Harper an offer.
Okay.
Or he agreed to a contract with the Yankees.
Okay.
I would like to see that.
All right.
And besides, I'll give a Super Bowl one because it's the biggest one. I would like to see the Rams beating the Patriots. I would like to see part A, B, and C of the headline. Gronk decides to retire. Brady decides to follow him. And Belichick says, you know what, I will too.
Okay.
What would yours be?
So I think I kind of agree with you. I think it's going to be Gronk decides to retire. I also think it's going to be Bill Belichick decides to retire. Tom Brady
then decides to retire.
No, but I
after
think Tom Brady already said he's going to do it for another year.
To 45 he wants to play
Right.
for.
So I think it's that point where Tom Brady goes one more year and that's it.
Okay.
I also think next week we'll see Floyd Mayweather challenges Manny Pacquiao
Okay.
to a rematch of their terribly bad, disappointing rip-off of a fight.
Get rich quick scheme.
Oh God! But I think that's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's
only supposed to
in
be-
basketball, I think Pelicans to not listen to offers for Anthony Davis until the offseason.
Okay.
So before we leave, Super Bowl picks. We didn't do that.
I'm going with the Rams.
Go with the
I will
Rams?
never ever pick the Patriots.
I-
Even if the Patriots were playing my son who is 12.
Yep.
If they were playing his junior high school team, I wouldn't pick the Patriots.
I agree. I hate the Patriots. I hate them to death. Great team. Let's not put the greatness behind them, but I freaking hate them.
Yeah, I want to say even like 38-20.
Yeah. And I think Rams win in a close game. I think it'll be 30-24.
30-24.
30-24. Brady gets the ball with the last minute, and he doesn't do it this time.
Yeah, I'm a little high with the 38-20, a little optimistic, a little hopeful, but I'll take it. I'll stick with it. I'm not going to change off.
There you go.
We're going to maybe have a couple of words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I'd like to close the show with something to think about. Usually we try to do it from music or something inspirational that we've came across this week. I was listening on, I'm old school. I was listening on my iPod. And Kanye song Soul Appalled came across, and Jay, the line that he said, would you rather be underpaid or overrated?
Ooh.
And I think that's one to think about. And with that, we say we'll see you next time, hopefully. Hit us up, Ballbusters Sports, on Instagram,
Busters Sports.
Facebook,
And the Twitter.
the Twitter. All right, it's your boy, Patty Duke.
It's
And-
your boy, the King.
King Louie.
Woo!
If you remember the old school fucking Mel Brooks movies, History of the World, every time I call him King Louie, I think of History of the World. Till next time, people. Hope you have fun.
Go Nets!